Thanks so much for joining us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Limnacron. I just want to let you know about this story that is leading our headlines right now on AtlantaNewsFirst.com if you want to just check that out, because I think a lot of folks are curious about this. The all clear has been given after a police emergency at Emory University. Emory University police issued an alert around 8:20 stating there was a police emergency on the campus there at Emory Point and to avoid the area. But then about 24 minutes later, they said the all clear had been given. The emergency had been lifted. Still unknown exactly what the circumstances are of what that emergency was, but we're going to keep following the latest there. I also want to let you know about some activity happening surrounding gun safety and the prevention of gun violence. So students are planning a walkout to push for more gun laws. Several Metro Atlanta students planning to walk out of their classrooms and march to the Capitol, and they're taking a stand against gun violence. And of course, all of this comes in the aftermath of the deadly Apalachee High School shooting in Winder, which left 4 people dead and several others injured. And so there's a massive push for stricter gun laws. I want to switch over to our live look here, where we are expecting this to really get underway in just a few moments. But you can already see some of the signs as we take a live look here at the scene. In the meantime, I want to get to this report put together by my colleague, Sarah Hammond, from the state capitol, with more on this march.
There are about 30 students and a dozen chaperones from the Morgan Oliver School involved in this. They plan to arrive here at the state capitol about 10 o'clock this morning to march with their signs. They will then meet with Democratic Senator Emanuel Jones to talk about gun laws in the state. Afterwards, they will all attend the Safe Gun Storage meeting happening here today. That Senate subcommittee is tasked with looking into the pros and cons of implementing that. They had their second meeting on the topic the day after the Apalachee High School shooting. Georgia's State House Speaker, who is a Republican, says next year lawmakers will consider new policies in light of the shooting. And while the conversation around gun laws continues here at the state capitol, Senator Raphael Warnock is taking the conversation to the nation's capital.
This is a public safety issue. And the American people are calling out for action. They're calling for sanity. And I believe it's high time that we do that work.
And the Morgan Oliver School is a private K through 8th grade school, so these students do have permission from their parents to arrive here at the Capitol at 10. Again, that Senate meeting begins today at 11. At the state capitol, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
And also, I want to let you know that the Apalachee school shooting suspect, his father, and their lawyers have just been ordered not to contact one of the victims. We obtained the new restraining order, which details that the victim has clearly expressed no contact from any of the accused or their counsel as this case unfolds. And the father and son are, of course, each charged in this tragic shooting at Apalachee High School. The 14-year-old facing 4 counts of felony murder. His father, Colin Gray, charged with involuntary manslaughter, second-degree murder, and cruelty to children. Investigators say he allowed his son to access the gun used in that deadly shooting. And also, the parents of a teenager shot and killed inside Apalachee High School are preparing to say their final goodbye. The viewing for 14-year-old Christian Angulo is scheduled for tonight. Mourners will gather inside St. Matthew Catholic Church in Winder. The viewing begins at 8 o'clock this evening. Angulo's funeral is tomorrow morning at that same location. And meanwhile, we continue to keep our eyes on this march happening really at any time now. It is set to get underway with students walking out, pushing for more gun control, stricter gun laws. They're Metro Atlanta students walking out of their classrooms. Here's a live look. They're planning to walk out and march to the state capitol, taking a stand against gun violence following the Apalachee school shooting. We're going to take you there. Obviously, this is a live look. We're going to take you back there in just a couple moments. But for right now, I want to take you to a look at the forecast with First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris because, wow, that's such a beautiful scene there. The sky's so blue, no clouds.
It is indeed, Joy, and that's our story really for the rest of the week and going into the weekend, Joy. Just a lot of really nice weather, really kind of a taste of summer as we go into the upcoming weekend. So there you have it, mostly clear skies over Marietta Square. Here's a live look at what you can expect throughout the course of your day-to-day in Metro Atlanta. We will see plenty of sunshine, more clouds later on this afternoon, but definitely more sun than clouds. There we are. Hey, everybody. Hope you're off to a good start to your Thursday. So lunchtime, we're up to 80 degrees. At 3 o'clock, 85 degrees. That's the high temperature today, 85. As we get close to the 6 o'clock, 83 degrees. So 85 at 3, 83 at 6, and then 77 at 9 o'clock this evening. So basically temperatures are very similar this afternoon to what we saw yesterday. Maybe a touch warmer, but not by much. Here's the story as we go into the upcoming weekend. We have high pressure, a summer-like high that's over the southern portions of the country. This high is going to kind of ease its way eastward through the weekend. It's not going to be completely over us, but enough to where you're going to notice those temperatures spike. It's the reason why our temperatures will get hot, and it's also why we're staying dry through the weekend. So here is that 7-day forecast. 85 today. We've been going back and forth between 85 and 86. So mid-80s is the high temperature. 88 for Friday. Saturday and Sunday, low 90s. So 90 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. As a reminder, the normal for this time of year is 83, so we are definitely above average. And then even for the beginning of next week, the temperatures moderate, but they still stay in at least the mid-80s. So hot and dry is basically your forecast. The next best chance of rain for Metro Atlanta won't come until next Wednesday. I do want to quickly talk about the tropics because we are watching what is expected to be tropical development initially in the Western Caribbean, and then whatever develops here, all of our models are basically showing this moving into the Gulf of Mexico at some point next week. Looks like the end of next week, so we have quite a bit of time from now until then. And because this hasn't developed, we can't really say how strong it will be or where it would go, but we are alerting you that next week, especially the end of next week, we are expecting something out there in the Gulf of Mexico, so we'll certainly keep you up to date on that in the First Alert Weather app. Otherwise, enjoy this weekend, summer-like weather, even though fall officially starts on Sunday. Definitely feeling the heat, though, and we'll keep you up to date with an update on Atlanta News First at noon. In the meantime, I'll send it back over to Joy to keep you up to date on your headlines.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rodney. Okay, look at that beautiful forecast. I like that. Okay, I want to take everybody back out to the state capitol because, again, we are just watching what's happening live there as, students are walking out of their classrooms, many Metro Atlanta students walking out of their classrooms to march to the state capitol, taking a stand against gun violence. So this is what we're watching live. And it, of course, comes in the aftermath of the Apalachee High School shooting, which killed 2 students and 2 educators. A lot of outrage, a lot of pain, and of course, growing calls for gun control, for tougher gun laws. And again, we're just waiting for this march to begin as we're just taking a look at some of the images associated with the shooting at Apalachee High School, where Metro Atlanta students planning to walk out of their classroom, make their way to the state capitol, asking for tougher gun laws. So we're just going to keep our eyes on what's happening with this march at the state capitol. And again, students expected to walk out really at any moment now, calling for stricter gun control legislation. And it's something that, of course, has been an ongoing debate around the nation, particularly here in Georgia after the Apalachee High School shooting in Winder. We're going to have much more on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Also, our free mobile news app. If you want to sign up for alerts to be sent right to your phone, that's where you can get the latest. Thanks for joining us.